Hello, pre-calculus students. I am going to go over your chapter 3 review. Hopefully you're studying for your math test right now. I'm here on my couch because you want to be comfortable when you're studying for math. So here we go. For question 1, it says to rewrite the quadratic function in standard form, which remember in this textbook standard form is so you can see the vertex. And we have to use completing the square. We're going to identify whether the vertex is a min or a max, and then we have to write this in function notation. So when you're completing the square, remember your value of a has to be 1. Well, right now our value is 2, so we're going to group our x terms together, and we're going to factor the 2 out of both the x squared and the x term. So then I'll have x squared plus 4x. And then this would be my blank. And then I still have plus 9. And you can either put plus blank or we are going to end up subtracting because this number is positive. When you complete the square, it has to be with this new term with the 2 factored out because this has to be a 1 in order to complete the square properly. So here, if we do half of the value of b, right, remember that this value is going to be b over 2 squared. Okay, so half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is going to be 4. Now, I like to write this here as 2 squared for my next step, my factoring step. And then when you decide what you have to add or subtract to the end, you have to distribute this 2 back. So I know 2 squared is 4. I'm going to multiply the 2 by the 4. Which means I'm really adding 8. So if I want to balance my scale, if I'm adding 8 here, then I have to subtract 8. Because when I add them together, it's like I'm adding 0, which does not change the value of my equation. Okay, so then I'm going to subtract 8 here. If I do 9 minus 8, I get 1. And then I'm going to factor this trinomial. So if I factor x squared plus 4x plus 4, that's going to factor into x plus 2 squared, okay, which is why I keep this here because this is always going to be x plus your b over 2 value. And if this was a minus, it would be x minus your b over 2 value. Notice that the 2 is going to stay in front. Okay, so now this is written in standard form, so we've done the first part. Now what we're going to do is write the vertex in function notation. So in function notation, I'll have f of my x value, and that's going to equal my y value. So my x value, my vertex, if I were to pull it out of this step here, my vertex would be -2, 1. And then I'm going to write that in function notation, just like the directions tell me. So it would be f of -2 equals 1, and then I have to tell whether it's a minimum or a maximum. Because the a value is positive, remember that that means your parabola is going to be opening up, and you are going to have a minimum value. All right, and that is how you do number 1 on your test. Okay, sorry that that's blurry. All right, that's better. All right. If you need help with number 2, then watch the next video. Bye.